This is basically it for this Node Express refresher. Now obviously there's more to Node and more to Express. We'll learn about a lot of our features throughout our course project. I don't want to explain everything about Node Express here in this refresher. Instead, we'll also learn more things later. But as I also already mentioned earlier, this course doesn't replace a complete Node Express course. I do have a dedicated course for that, so if you want to learn everything about Node Express, then definitely have a look at that course as well. One final thing which I want to do here is I really want to make sure that we all understand how this code executes and when what executes, because that can be confusing at times. When we start NodeMon with npm start, or we run our file with node app.js, which does the same if we ignore the live reloading functionality, then what happens? It's important to understand that when you execute this file with Node, the entire file is parsed and executed. So this means these imports are parsed and executed, so Node.js goes into these packages, runs their code, and gives us back whatever they export. We'll see the export syntax and how we can use it on our own later, by the way. Thereafter, this constant is created, and then all these use, post, and get methods are called, as well as the listen method. What's not being executed immediately when we execute this file are these middleware functions here. Not because Node has a special exception for them, but because of the way JavaScript works. These functions here are callback functions provided as arguments to post, use, and get. And therefore, JavaScript registers them, stores a reference, a pointer to that function in memory, but only executes them once they are getting called. And we are never calling these functions. Instead, with post, use, and get, we basically let Express.js set up some logic, which will execute these functions for us when a request is reaching our server, and that request meets our criteria here. So it's a post request with this path, or a get request with this path, or in case of this middleware, any request. Only then these functions get executed. It can also be confusing that here it doesn't look like we're actually passing a function. Instead, I am executing a method here. Well, this actually returns a function though. So here, this also registers such a to be executed function. And these functions really only run for incoming requests, not when we start our server and execute app.js with Node. No, these middleware functions are executed for incoming requests on these requests. And that's it with the refresher. I hope the basics are clear. Again, check out further resources like my course or the official docs of Node and Express if you want to learn more. With that, we can move on to the Node Express app for our actual course project and start working on that.